Ashley buying a house with Michael, not getting a lawyer, all of that made sense when she said that she's trying to keep Michael from becoming vengeful. I went, got it. She's trying to pretend like she's not getting a divorce because if he turns into that nasty, disgusting golem of a human being, divorcing that guy is not going to be so easy. She's strategizing. We've seen in the preview that he's going to turn into an asshole, but now I get it. Because all the previews we've seen, we've been like, Ashley, what are you doing? But now I'm like, oh, okay. Got it. So we will be going into the Potomac recap. But before we do that, if you are not already subscribed, hi, I'm Emily. I am the host of the podcast She Speaks Bravo. And if you like very analytical and detailed recaps about Bravo TV and true crime, then subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video. So let's get into the Potomac recap, and Kendrick and I will also be discussing House of the Dragons before anything else because it's all I can think about. It's basically my entire personality at this point. My name is Emily, and I have been watching Bravo TV as a form of self-care for over a decade. Needless to say, I'm a complete mess. Subscribe and follow along for painfully insightful recaps about Bravo, true crime, and other great TV. Hit that bell. Hi, Kendrick.
Why, hello. I'm feeling like Lil' Kim tonight. How are you?
I'm good. So if you're listening on the pod, you don't get to see that Kendrick was a good sport. And I said, Kendrick, I kind of want us to match sort of like Pia and I matched on Beverly Hills. And so I was like, okay, what can be simple enough? So Kendrick and I are already doing the hat matching. We're already doing our black hat matching situation, which, we can change up the hats if we want, but like a hat match is what we're doing. And I said, what quickie little thing can we throw on that's kind of Potomac-y? And I saw these like little silly, I guess these would be used for weddings. This is what they were popping up as, like bridal party shawls. That's what they call them on Amazon. They're these little fur shoulder wraps. And I got Kendrick one in black, and I got myself one in, they call this khaki. And we look, it's embellished on the top and it's grand dame on the shoulders. I guess.
There we are.
Embezzled? Yeah,
embezzled?
It's embezzled.
Yes.
We are giving embezzled, actually. This is embezzled.
This is scammer 101.
This
Absolutely.
is so scammer. Oh
Yes.
my God. We are fully giving that vibe.
Oh my God. I love it though.
Okay, so guess what, guys? We're doing shout outs at the top of the episodes now because I've got some memberships happening. And if you are a next level queen, you get shout outs at the top of the episodes. And my two membership girls, you are getting the shout outs first. Miller time and Lissy. Hey.
Hey, boos.
Hey.
We love that. We love
and
membership.
even though these three women are not technically YouTube members now, they were supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee. I shut those memberships down because I transferred it over here. I'm just going to give you guys shout outs because I know you're going to come over here. So Andrea, Rita, and MP. Hey, girls. Hi, loves you. I know it's just a matter of time. I just haven't been very good at like telling everybody.
Yes, there you go.
So yeah, so the membership is available over on YouTube. If you just go to my channel.
Love that.
And for my podcast listeners, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a 5-star review. I want to thank everyone who has left reviews. I cannot believe I've gotten so many more reviews lately, guys. Thank you so much to the people who've done it. It really helps.
Applause. We love that.
Oh, it's so helpful. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can't review, but just leave a 5-star rating. Just go boom. It's so fast. Go 5 stars. Boom.
That's
done.
even easier. It's easier. There you go.
Done. Boom. Okay. business out of the way. Thank you very much, Kendrick. Thank you for that support. I really thank you.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that. Thank
Of course. I got your back.
Okay, so Kendrick, I have been dying. I have been wanting to send you so many text messages about House of the Dragon.
Oh my God. You know I'm always here for you to send them to. I'm ready at all times of the day.
I'm like, I have been like, save it for the pod. Save it for the pod, because I've been like, novels have been like, I've been like, and then okay.
You notice, like, I've been trying to only like, when I text you, I'm like, okay, true crime, not House of Dragon, not House of Dragon. I'm trying not to do it. So yes, I get you.
It's been so hard. This happens to Pia and me all the time, because like whenever Beverly Hills is on, we're like, don't voice note, don't send a voice note. It's so hard.
Yes.
Okay, so just in case you guys have been living under a rock and don't know this, it's Kaya and Kendrick that got me to watch House of the Dragon, because I was so burned from that last season of Game of Thrones that I think that you really need to get like to episode 4 of House of the Dragon before it really, really, really gets you addicted. Like full-blown addicted. And so I tried to watch episode 1 when it first came out. And let me just, full honesty, I was like, are we gonna just pretend that Viserys's wig is not just like a half up, half down, little up, little do? Like, it was so, I was like, oh my God, not working for me. So I was like, I can't. You have to be in the mood too for the language, like Targaryen and House of Velaryon. I'm like, I don't know if I have the energy. So I wasn't in the mood. But then I felt very left out, because Kendrick was making the funniest memes, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. And so Kaya made a funny meme and said, I need to watch it. And then she tag teamed Kendrick and said, Kendrick, tell her to watch it. And when I got to episode 4 and those sex scenes happened, I said, oh, okay.
I was like, take that armor off faster. Get it off. Get it off.
The way Daemon looks at Rhaenyra, specifically at young Rhaenyra.
Yes.
Ooh. 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 Oh.
All of that. We love the way he looks at her, but our guy, we were actually
Fabien Frankel, actor that plays the actor. We were going back and forth on that one.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Yes, I don't want to be nasty on here, but I mean, I'll take some milk of that poppy. I'm just saying. Just saying. Hello.
I cannot. If you were to turn on my HBO app and put on, like, if you were to just press play when it, like, House of the Dragons came up, it would be queued up to the end of the sex scene in episode 4.
Yes.
It's played like every day. I'm like, one more time, and just watch that again. I probably watch it like twice a day.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
It has changed me.
It's so
it has recharged my loins. I am like a new person.
You know what?
All I do is watch cast interviews.
Yes, I know. I love when you send them to me too, because you're right. It's so hard to like find a good one, because they're like, this is so like
cringy.
It is, because sometimes it's like old dudes asking them like super like technical questions. They're like, man, we're just here to have fun. This is fucking BuzzFeed. What are we doing right now? Like, why are we going serious right now? And so like, I love when you get those interviews with people that are just like as lighthearted as them. It's like, oh, I love these people even more. I love them.
It's also a good reminder too that they are just people.
Yes.
They're not them. They're not like, I'm like, oh, that's right. You're not actually these characters. That's how good actors they are, and how good the directing is, and how good the setting.
I want to ask you, okay, so Fabien, I almost like I was holding off on like the attraction at first. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it, because I felt like this is so like mean to say, but I'm gonna say it, like, just because it's us. No one's listening to this. It's just us talking right now. I feel like most of the cast was like, so, we'll talk about the men. Most of the men on the show were so not necessarily going in the spank bank that
Yeah.
you know, when you came across Fabien, it was like, oh. And so I started thinking, I was like, okay, I wonder if you inserted him on the original Game of Thrones, where would we rank him amongst that cast? Because remember, we had Richard Madden, there was Kit Harington, there was, who else was there? There was other hot people. Who else was there? I don't know. There was a lot of hot people. Okay, a lot of hot people.
Okay, here's
Grey Worm. I'll give Grey Worm some love. You know.
Here's what I have to say about Mr. Frankel. Okay, he is my high school type. He's my like I like when I was younger. My first boyfriend looked like him.
Oh,
but my first boyfriend was also, he was Puerto Rican Argentinian version of him.
What is Fabien? Do you know?
He's like a Jewish mixture. I don't know. So he's a good Jewish boy. Oh, Frankel.
I gotta say Frankel. Okay, makes sense. I see. I was okay,
and I bet he's got a good Jewish, you know. They
turtleneck.
Usually do. Yep. I'm telling you. No, so he's also like, of course, in all the interviews I'm watching, he's like funny. He's like a little stoner boy. So in my head, I'm like, we're dating.
Right.
We are together. We just, you know, I'm like 10 years older than him, but that's okay. That's completely fine.
Fine.
Here's also the bummer though with this last episode. Okay, actually, let's just kind of go through it. Okay, so okay. So I loved Millie as Rhaenyra. I thought Millie was. It took me a minute to get into her because she is so young looking. Like,
right.
I knew she wasn't
like a baby.
14.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
But doesn't she look it? Like her little, I'm like, that's a 22-year-old.
She could be like on Stranger Things, like super young. Yeah.
It's like, it's so, because some people just have that look, but like even her hands, like I'm like, you look like you haven't hit puberty yet.
Your little baby hands. What are you doing over here?
And so when it was like, when Matt Smith and Millie had such good chemistry, I was like, okay.
Right.
I need some more information on this because they did an interview. They did one of their little silly interviews. They had like a silly game they played. They played like a spelling bee thing. And I sensed a thing like I don't know, but he's also, Matt Smith is one of the kindest, sweetest people, it seems. So it just seems like he has chemistry with like every human being he comes into contact with.
And you know what? He always plays like an asshole too. And so like it's so much like better like when you actually see him in interviews, it's like, oh,
he's okay. So sweet.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you had me fooled. You're so very good actor, just very everything. The only time I wasn't digging Matt Smith on there was when he had the little, I don't know if you remember, it was one of the episodes, probably a little time jump, but like one of the earlier episodes when he had that little Carol Brady haircut. I was like, oh no, that's not.
Is that when he came? Is that when he came back from defeating the crab guy?
I think so. He still had it long in that episode, but I think the next episode he came back, he had the little like
the little it was thing almost like the crown.
Little Kate Gosselin. I was like, oh God, this is I was like, I hate everything about this right now.
Yeah, they've tried to convince him to just dye his hair blonde because then they were like, we wouldn't have to put a whole fucking wig on you, but he didn't want to. I'm like, he looks kind of better blonde, to be honest.
Yeah,
I prefer him blonde, but whatever. Do you? Okay, so this is the research I have done. We've done a little R&D into what speaks to my loins. I only like Matt Smith as Daemon.
Okay. Fair.
He didn't work for me in The Crown as Prince Philip. I tried. I'm like, no, I need him to be like savagely. I need him to be like in that brothel scene specifically.
Yes.
Or like
it's so good. Are you liking it?
I don't like it.
No. Oh my God. I feel like, okay, my biggest gripe with House of the Dragon is obviously the time jumps, just because it happens so frequently that sometimes it's like, oh my God, I love this character. And it's like, oh shit, she's dead.
I know.
Like 30 minutes late. So I hate, but like, I feel like The Crown really does time jumps perfectly because they wait like every, you know, they still span across time in those 2 seasons, but then after those 2 seasons, all new actors. And so it's just so like, okay, I'm really invested in all these people. I want everyone on this show to win an Emmy. I go on and win an Oscar, a Tone. I don't care what you win, just give them all the awards. And then a whole new crew comes in. You're like, oh my God, y'all are just as good as the last people. Give them everything. I want all of the stuff for them. What do you hate about it? Tell me.
It's no one's fault. I think what was happening is I just wanted Matt Smith to be Daemon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think I need to wait for House of the Dragons to end.
And you know what?
For me to watch this. Yeah.
Daemon,
does that make sense?
Absolutely. He's super like redeeming on House of the Dragon. So like I feel like even when he's wrong, you root for him anyway.
Yeah.
Philip is just an asshole.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't root for him anyway. I always found myself like actively rooting against him. So
yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah. If you like had gotten attracted to the character that you like always wanted to support and stuff, and then you go to this, it's like, oh, no bueno.
I literally was watching it like, this isn't House of the Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Olivia Cook's version of Alicent, like that time jump, I think she is fucking phenomenal.
I told you, I was waiting for her. Like I'm obsessed with her as an actress anyway.
She's amazing.
Oh my God. I
think she's my new favorite actress of now.
Yes. Love her. I want to see her in like she's one of those people that like she's not in like always a ton of stuff. Like she's not one of those like oversaturated actresses. So when she pops up and like gives her skill, you're like, oh my God, I'm salivating this. I love it. Like she Bates Motel and Ready Player One, and yeah, it's all just you fall in love with her. So when they told, I was one of the few people, like I was like you, after the last season of Game of Thrones, I had no interest in this show, but I was like, I'm gonna watch. It's Targaryens. I'm gonna watch it. I knew I was gonna watch it, but exactly, like I was a Dany stan, like no duh. But I was like, okay, I'm not too interested in this, and so I literally was watching this show. Even if I feel like I was doing all the research and stuff too when I got obsessed with it, I had no idea that they were gonna do the time jump until we got the previews. And so like when we got to like episode 5 and I saw those previews, I was like, wait, is that Olivia Cook? And so when I got on, like looking online, I saw like she was like named as like one of the top billed actresses on the show. I'm like, what? And so like
you were so happy.
Oh my God, I was so hooked. And then after I saw her in that first episode, making them walk to her with the baby, and like I was like, okay, enough said. I'm here. What else do you want from me?
She was amazing in this last episode too. Mm-hmm. The way when she goes into her stupid son and she's like, get up, you're no son of mine. Mm-hmm. Like usually, because I thought I wanted to be an actor when I was younger, and I just realized like I did not have the stamina for how much of a business it is, and like you really have to work. Mm-hmm. But I had no notes in that scene. I was like, damn, she did everything perfect. Like it was like a flawless performance.
They're going to sweep at the Emmys. Like there's no question about it.
Let's give it the fuck up for Patty, who plays Viserys. I believe this man has no eye.
Seriously.
I believe he has no eye and he is dying. Like that actor is when you see him in interviews, you're like, oh, that's what he looks like. He's alive.
Kind of hot sometimes, right?
Hot, honey. Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to catch up on Peaky Blinders, he's the priest in Peaky Blinders. He has a role on Peaky Blinders.
That's right. Yes.
I was like,
I gotta go back and watch it because I know it's such a good show. I think I was just like you. Like I stopped around season 4, not because it got bad, but like I'm that person. Like if I've been binging something for so long and something else catches my attention,
boom,
it's probably gonna be hard for me to go back. So I'm like, okay, I'm over here now. Sorry guys, I'll catch you later. Never went back.
I'm not kidding. I have a problem with Adrian Brody. I said it there. I said it. He just thinks he's God's gift to acting. And so he shows up and he's like, oh, now I'm playing the mobster. I'm like, okay, dude, just play the role. And he's like,
right.
Oh, here, every scene I'm in, I'm going to try to steal it. I'm like, honestly, bro, you're actually overacting.
Like, calm down.
In case you didn't realize, they play subtle on this show. Okay. Everyone else is playing subtle and you're playing so over the top. I'm like, just get your line out. Just get your fucking line out. Oh my God. It was driving me crazy. I was so happy when spoilers. Spoilers if you don't want to know. I was happy when they fucking killed him. And this is a quick detour. I was getting so annoyed by his performance that I went to go online to see if anyone else had been annoyed. And I was expecting there to be like a ton of people being like, yeah, what the hell, Adrian Brody, you're horrible.
No
but
one.
I know one.
Oh.
And I came across something that said that he actually had been fighting to stay on the show, that he was trying to convince them to be like, don't kill me off. I'm like, yeah, no, die. Just die. You are so annoying. Like when he was on Succession, I was like, oh, what are you gonna? Oh God, I cannot stand his ass. Okay,
he's like one of those actors that's never like in my peripheral either. Like I feel like I watch it. He is like one of those hoity-toity people that like is never on the stuff I watch, and I watch everything too. Which you know what? Why he's so annoying to me right now. I watched that stupid ass Blonde movie that we've been like shitting on for the past. Oh my God. And he was in that. And I'm like, everyone just go home. What are we doing right now?
I was so happy when Kendrick posted in his stories and he's like, okay, guys, I'm trying to watch this Blonde movie. I watched it like quietly. Like I was like, I'm going to try this. Right. I'm not going to tell anybody. And I started watching and I was like 20 minutes and I was like, okay, I can't watch this. And so I turned it off and then I was like, okay, I'll go back to it. Like an hour later, I was like, maybe I'll try this again.
Right.
And then I got another 20 minutes and I was like, I cannot.
No.
I can't, because I remember some long ass standing ovation happening for her. And I was like, I need to watch this. And I was like, okay, guys, you're trying too hard to make this artsy.
Right. That's the most misleading thing too, because I feel like everything that I read, like on like reviews and stuff like that, it's always at these festivals and it's always like, oh my God, they received an 11-minute standing ovation. I'm like, first of all, that's so ignorant that y'all are standing up for that long, clapping 11 minutes. People.
Who's the first person? Who's the first person that stops clapping? Like, how does it how does it ever stop?
And if I was the actor, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of ready to go home. Like my family's waiting for me at Cheesecake Factory. Like, can we get out of here, please? Like, what are we doing right now? My favorite thing in the world is the fact that the movie, what was it? What was it called? The new one with Florence Pugh and
Don't Worry, Darling.
Yes, that one. So I suckered out and I went to see that. So
how was it?
It was okay. Like I didn't need to go to the movie theater to see that. Like they could have put it on Netflix. I would have had a great time at home watching it, pausing to go pee and like all that kind of stuff. But I didn't need to like make it like a thing where I sneak to the movies by myself and just check it out. It was good. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it's like, I mean,
okay,
you get to the ending either way. So it was, but that movie, like they got like I love that the critics gave it like I think it was a 6-minute standing ovation. Yeah. And then like went home and immediately ripped it to shreds online. Like it got like I think a 30-something% Rotten Tomatoes score. I was like, who was doing this clapping? Because if y'all were doing all this clapping and then went home and then did that, like Jesus.
Okay, wait, Kendrick, you just gave like an iconic Housewives line. Who's doing this clapping?
Right.
That was a phrase that would be pulled and gone like viral and everyone would say
it would be Candy that says it. Yeah.
That is gonna become that's the title of the episode, and we will be who's doing this clapping?
A mess.
A valid question though, because what?
Right.
Come on. Like, when I saw the trailer for Don't Worry, Darling, I was like, I'm good. I don't need to see it. I can just tell it's like, let's be weird and do all these weird shots. And like this, the DP had the time of his life being like, I'm going to set up this cool thing and do this with the lens and the, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't.
But, right.
Okay. A movie that was great though. We both saw Bros.
Yes. Loved it.
Loved, cried. I was like, my cold, dead heart was melted.
Yes. You know what? As I get older, I feel like I'm liking a rom-com now.
Me too.
I'm usually so like, I watch everything literally, but like, I don't nearly go that route as much as, I do nowadays. But like every now and then I'm like, that looks fun. I'll check that. Like, I'm just like, I feel like I'm becoming a rom-commer a little bit. And I kind of like it. So good. It was so good.
I'm telling you, those sex scenes, I was like, we need more of this man. That man was so hot.
I got on his Instagram in the movie theater.
no time.
Right. I'm like, let me see what you're talking about over there.
I was like, I need this to be released on Netflix now or streaming somewhere, please. I will buy it. I will purchase it. Whatever you need me to do, please. Because those sex scenes were really fucking hot. Okay, back to House of the Dragons. How do you feel? I think it's so fucking cool that they cast I think she's non-binary, Emma Darcy.
I think yes.
And maybe not non-binary. Let me see. I don't want to say that wrong, but I think she goes by they, them pronouns. Okay,
because my cousin sent me an article first of all, our conversations never go the way they're supposed to.
Non-binary. Yeah.
Okay. Our conversations never go the way they're supposed to. Like I texted her and I was like, oh my God, this upcoming episode is going to be when one of my favorite people, Olivia Cook, like takes over as Allison. And she was like, is she the one that's like, I think she goes by they, them? I was like, and I was like, I don't know. I never see her in interviews. I don't think I actually know that. And so she like, nope. She was so excited because she was like, I finally know something that you don't. I'm going to go, I'm checking this. I'm going to send it to you. And of course it wasn't the right actress. So there we go.
Yeah.
We know now.
It's Emma Darcy, which is super cool.
It is.
Because I guess the creators of the show, they were like, we need Rhaenyra to be punk rock. Because she's like the origin of, like who we get later. So she kind of has to be otherworldly. She can't be like just traditionally beautiful because she has to be like the beginning of what we then later get. And it was hard to let go of Millie, though. Millie did such a good job as Rhaenyra. Yes. It was like, oh, this is going to be tough because she did such a great job.
Do you think like in the future, like, first of all, I wonder how long this show is going to go on, like how many seasons, because I could see it being like a 3-season show. And
I was going to say 3. I was going to say 3 too.
Don't overstay your welcome. Just like give us 3 perfect seasons and then bow out gracefully. But like, I wonder if we'll get her back like in flashbacks, like her and Allison, because I feel like there'll be a great way. Y'all do so much time jumping it. That would be a great way. Like I remember like, I think season 2 of Game of Thrones started off with a Cersei flashback when she was a child. And so I feel like it like set up the tone of the whole season. So I'm like, ooh, that's a perfect way to like get them back, please the fans, but still move forward with, our new queens in our life. I kind of love that.
I feel like, unfortunately, the least meaty role was for the young Allison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think her name's Emily. Yeah, she just kind of has to like the time jump is where you get to really like she becomes like a bitch. That one, there was the TikTok that it was a joke of a meme, maybe a tweet about how Allison is the girl that got married right out of high school and then and keeps posting passive aggressive Facebook posts about how great it is to be married and have kids.
Right. And we're all like, great, we're going to Cancun this weekend, have fun with the kids.
She's like, I love being married. It's like, okay, Allison, got it. Okay. All righty. Sure, Allison. I was very disappointed. Like, okay, so the hot sex scene happens. Okay. I'm like, yes. Okay. I was so pumped. I'm like, Rhaenyra's gonna get married to that gay guy. Yay. It's a perfect situation because then she's gonna be able to keep fucking the Sir Criston. Boom, let's get it on. So he comes up and he's like, okay, I have an idea. We're gonna go be peasants and like invisible and go run off and do some shit over there. And she's like, I have a better idea. Right. I'm gonna marry and be a queen still, but he doesn't care. He's gay. So we can keep hooking up. And he's like, oh, you want me to be your whore? I'm like, oh, when you put it like that,
right? You make it sound so unsexy. God.
I'm like, okay, fine. She's not paying. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, technically, sure.
I guess.
Well, and then I got bummed because he really does stay mad. And then I was like, wait, is he not going to come back? You're not going to make up?
Right.
What? That meant we're not going to get any more sex scenes?
And boy, does he hold on to that anger.
And he's not a... And so I was really disappointed. And I was like, I don't know if I can get over this. I was like, can we hook him up with someone else? Can we figure out another way to get this man? And I am very upset.
Right. He deserves to like, I wonder if he's ever even, it would make a lot of sense, I guess, if he hadn't done it since he's not supposed to.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, but like, I guess that would make sense because you put it on him so good. He's like, now he's pissed off 10 years later. He's like, how dare she take that away from me?
Yeah.
Like, how dare she give me that good stuff and now she's gone. She doesn't come back. How dare you?
He's like, we were gonna run off, and like I was gonna, he said, what did he suggest? He was like, I know some people that like ship stuff. I'll do that. I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
This is way better, dude.
I'm a queen. What do you mean?
You can keep being a knight with your armor and stuff, and then like, at night you can like go in, get laid, and then we're all good. You know what I would have liked to see, because so the Claire Kilner was the director for episode 4. And I think women should direct sex scenes from now on, because she did such a beautiful job with those scenes. Even the brothel scene, it was like it was done so much better than we normally get.
Right.
And she talked about how they, like Fabien had said, he's like, if this guy is in a whole armor, they're not just suddenly naked. Like, like you have to take this thing off. And so they had talked about it for a while, and like came up with this cool stuff to do, and like how they were going to do it. And like the wardrobe department had to get involved, and it was it was a cool process. So then I thought, I'm like, well, then we should have seen how they got dressed. How'd that fool get back in that?
Right.
He had to do the walk of shame and walk back out of there.
Oh my God! If you're a She-Hulk fan out there, it's like Daredevil.
Imagine he's like putting it on as he goes out. He's like naked and like holding it armor, walking down the hall. He's like, hi, sorry,
whoops,
sorry.
Why are you naked? What is happening,
sir? What?
Whoops.
Do you have a good walk of shame story? I have a great walk of shame story.
Do I have a good walk of shame? I don't know. I feel like I'm like always so like at night. I'm always really good about leaving that night. I'm like, okay, I don't want to.
Oh, I usually am too. This is when I was like in college, and I guess to be honest, it wasn't even a walk of shame, because I didn't even get laid, because I ended up throwing up. And actually, now that I think about it, my friend got laid.
Oh,
did she take my guy? I think she might have. I don't think I was upset, because I was like, whatever, whoever gets it, it's fine. Like, I don't really think I was like Samantha from Sex and the City for most of my life. Like, I was like, I hope someone gets laid.
Right.
So I ended up throwing up. But so the next day, I was in college in San Francisco. I'll tell this story and then we'll go into Potomac. Okay. So I had thrown up the whole night. And I remember his roommate was like, poor thing, like she's just like, I remember him being very aware that I was throwing up. So like I would throw up and then lay back on the couch, and he'd be like, poor thing, yeah, and then I'd go back and throw up. The next day I couldn't find one of my shoes, so I was one shoe down.
Oh Jesus.
My makeup obviously was smeared to death, because like I'd been throwing up, and like so like tears come down at some point throughout that process. I couldn't find my bra either. That was gone. I have no idea where I would have taken that off. Not like in the house. Like, where did I take my bra off?
Pop didn't help you throw up a little better. You're like, oh God, this thing is getting in the way.
But then where did I put it? Like, did I throw it in the trash can? Like, what was I doing? And I didn't have my phone or my purse, so I had to utilize my friend. I think my friend had her purse, but we had to get on the bus to go home. So I had to walk on a bus with one shoe, no bra, no phone or purse.
Oh no.
And still probably drunk a little bit. And my friend had been getting laid all night, so her hair is like all messed up. But I just know her hair was fucked up, because it was like, even I was like, I think we should brush it. I don't know. We don't have brushes though.
Right.
And she thankfully had enough money to pay for the bus we had passes, because we always had to take the bus. And everyone on that bus was like, whoa. But because we were like besties, we just had the giggles. So we were laughing hysterically. And I think this was the same. I might be merging two stories, but some drag queen was having the time of their life with us. This drag queen turned around and went, "Where's your shoe?" This might have been a different time because I lost my shoe more than once in San Francisco.
Oh my God.
It might be a different time, but I know that for a fact I had to get on a bus. I was so like nauseous still. And then we got home and I was like, great night.
Getting on a bus nauseous is no fun.
Oh no, because it keeps having to stop.
Yeah.
And you're like, something and you can feel it.
Stomach.
You can feel it. You're like, it's going to stop again. Oh, okay, we're stopping. Oh, okay. And then it has to go again. You're like, oh no.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's San Francisco. So like at some point a homeless person's coming on and sitting in front of you and you're like, hello. Yes. Right. Smell bad. Yeah. I've had some really good walk of shames.
Oh my God. I wish I had better ones.
God, I'm like you though. I generally get right. Like once I got like out of college, I'm out.
Right.
And I remember one of my hookups being like, I love Emily. She always leaves. By the way, he was telling his friend that because his friend was there.
Oh, there you go. That is so, oh my God, that's so college. Don't you remember
that was actually not college.
Oh.
On that note, I have a question for you about House of the Dragons.
Okay.
When you watch, do you get, I think it might just be mine, do you get like a little glitch on your screen ever?
I don't think so.
Okay, listeners, viewers, if you do, let me know, because I get a glitch every so often. Kendrick, I'm convinced it's like subliminal messaging.
Oh,
because they do that. Ooh. I'm convinced.
I would, I'm a listen, when it comes to TV, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I will believe it.
Because I'm so obsessed. I'm like, they're doing something to me.
I can believe it. The only thing I've like seen TV wise is like people like sharing hacks about how to make your screen brighter for those dark ass House of the Dragon scenes.
Well, because that fucking sex scene with Rhaenyra and Daemon when they're having sex on the beach. I'm like, are we not supposed to see it?
Right. It was like a black screen. And I see like people like doing like screen grabs on like putting them on Twitter. I'm like, you could see that? Like, is that what you saw when you were watching? I saw a blank screen is what I saw.
You're like
the moon
great,
doesn't exist. You. Exactly.
That sex scene was good too.
It sucks that like her walk of shame dealt with like her going back to that shit.
And of course the shit's a mess. She's like, oh, I was just walking. I couldn't sleep. I was walking on the beach.
Whoopsie.
Oops. Whoops.
Does she not have the best Rhaenyra, adult Rhaenyra, does she not have the best bone structure in her face too?
Stunning.
Gosh, she would have been one of those girls that like went really far on America's Next Top Model, because like that's the type of face that like Tyra loves.
Yeah,
she would have
interesting, but like it's like structured is the right word.
Oof.
I liked in that scene where they're like talking on the beach and she goes to like put her hand on his face. He goes, Rhaenyra. And I was like, do it.
Yes.
Do it.
It's so conflicted to be like rooting on uncle and a niece having sex, but it's like, you know what?
I got over it. I'm like, they have to, guys. They just have to. Okay. Like
they're married now, so it doesn't matter anymore. Everything's gone out the
sense. Window. They have to it, like it's for the realm. Okay. It's just for the where we people. Are. It's for the greater cause. Okay. Like they had to give them the best chemistry. The casting truly is some of the best casting I've ever seen ever.
Top tier, I'm telling you.
And like even when you're watching the cast interviews, I'm like, wow, they all had like great chemistry, even as people, like as actors. So just top notch. Oh, we gave you guys a 45-minute intro to that. All right.
There we go.
There you go.
Bloop.
Bloop. Okay. Potomac, they're back.
They're girls
back.
Oh, my girls.
Wasn't that such a relief?
Oh my God. I'm so happy. I needed them.
It's a comfort. It's like a comfort blanket.
It's just easy too. Like,
yes,
they get into it so much, but it's like not one of those shows. I always relate things to Beverly Hills just because how much they annoy me. But like, it's so like everybody on Potomac no matter who it is, can like literally go toe to toe with each other. Whereas like Beverly Hills, like it feels like they get off on like ganging up on one person, and it's like, that's no fun to watch. Like I like that, like at any moment, like Candace and Ashley will go at it. Karen will go at one of the Green Eyed Bandits. So it's like whatever the situation, and it feels fair. And we're gonna move on next episode. Yep. We're gonna get into a whole nother, like this episode alone, we got like 13 different storylines, and it's like, whoa, we're into it. Potomac is back, baby.
And they're talk about chemistry. The whole cast has a chemistry, and you can just settle into a scene and know something's going to happen.
Yes.
And even if nothing really happens, it feels good.
I'm excited. I'm not excited, but I'm anxious to see the group scenes as we go along, because Wendy kind of seems to be like, on the outside looking in a little bit. Like, I don't know where like that happened from, but this is where you learn. When you go too hard at a reunion and you come back the next season, you better have a couple of best friends like ready to go, because otherwise, what are we doing? That's why Monique couldn't come back after season 5. She came with a binder ready to expose everybody. You can't come back after that, because who's going to film with you? And now Wendy's getting like the cold shoulder from Giselle. Like she has no interest in her. Robin doesn't really talk to her. So it's like, girl, who are you gonna film with? Like, what are you doing?
Did you, I was watching the because you know how they played like the whole season before they went into Potomac. So I was watching the reunions again, just like in the background. I forgot just how much of a flop her big receipt was.
Oh my God.
Robin
was like, you paid for that? Like, really?
And Andy going, this isn't the smoking gun you think it is. I'm like, no. Oh God, Andy said that to you. And Wendy not realizing what he said and still going, I know, right? And he's going, no, this, like, you need to put that down.
Like embarrassing, embarrassing.
You didn't do anything.
No.
But to start this episode off with Karen and Giselle in a good place, I'm like, thank God. Oh, this is so good. Like, this is works. So good. They heard fan feedback and they realized like this feud has to stop.
Yeah.
We need to just play fight, not real fight.
Right. We love the frenemy dynamic, but like not where it's like, you know, y'all are ready to like pull out the machine guns. No, we just love the nice shade and the confessionals. Like, we love that. Stick to that.
Because this is what we love them as a duo, because they are like the queens of the show.
Yeah.
You know, they have that regal energy.
Yes, a joint queendom. And that doesn't happen too often on these shows. So it's good that we have people that are willing to reign together. We like that. So Ashley's announced her divorce. Okay. And how do we feel about Robin's hair color? I kind of like it. Okay. I do. I like that she is like doing different things between that and the confessional. So it's not like imposing. I kind of like it. I liked it when she posted like on Instagram for the first time. I was like, oh, that's a nice change. I kind of like that. I wish, my only problem with it is that color at that length is a little weird, but you know, either longer or shorter. I feel like she looks great with a short haircut. Whenever she has like
I love when she does short.
Love it. So I feel like that color when it was short, that would have been like amazing. But like I feel like that length is kind of like, you know, that's like going to the grocery store, BRB, you know. So I don't know. But I mean, I like it still. It's okay.
I think it's unflattering on her skin tone.
Okay.
I think it's a little red, but not all the way red. I want her to go but whatever. She's going to change it again anyway.
Right.
Ashley shows up, and I didn't love her jacket necessarily, but she shows up. Of course, Ashley is okay. So we'll get into more of that. So first, they talk about Mia's post regarding her cancer.
Yes.
So okay. Their issue is that it seems like she was being dishonest, because originally she posted like, I'm going to Johns Hopkins Cancer Center. And then she goes back and she edits it to say that they are surgically taking out the lumps and they're going in for biopsy. Now, yes, I get their point. I would have, what Mia should have done is just done a follow-up post and said, okay, thank God it's not determined that it's cancer. We're sending it in for a biopsy. Keep us in your like something like that, because that's not unheard of. Like that you're like, oh my God, we had a scare. Thank God. Go get yourselves checked out. Let this be a lesson to everybody. Like
that should have been the only post like that after you like figured out everything, because they're right. Like when I remember that day, when I got on social media, I was like, oh my God, like that sucks, Mia. But then like people started posting about it, and then she edited and stuff. I was like,
yes,
wait, is something wrong? Are we being like, so I like had the same questions. I'm like, okay, what's happening? And like, I don't want to go through Brooks 2.0 again. So I'm like, nope, tapping out on that, didn't post about it anymore. I'm like, okay, you'll just let us know if you're okay, or I'll wait to the show, because what are we doing right now?
And so, and here's the thing, Mia did it last season, and now it's even worse this season. She gives me very much like liar, scammer energy. But to be honest, you kind of need one on every franchise.
Yeah.
You know,
you can point them out.
There's room for every franchise to have like a total liar scammer, and that's Mia.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, she 100%. Like
used to be Karen, but now Karen seems to be telling the truth a little bit more nowadays.
Yeah,
so that's good. Yeah, pass the baton.
Yeah. And so like when Giselle says, who plays with cancer? I went, okay, got it. Here we go.
Yep.
It's on. It's on.
Yep.
And clearly Karen's trying to stay out of it. Like Karen's like, okay, maybe it's a little different. She used the different, but let's hear her out. I was like, oh, that was well played.
Yep.
But you said one thing. You said slightly in agreement. Giselle's going to hold that against you, and we see it later.
Yep.
You seem to slightly agree. We know how this is going to go for you.
Yep.
But now we cut over to Ashley. Now, Ashley mentions that she doesn't drink. Now, I was confused because we know she drinks now. We've seen her drinking on social media.
Right.
Did she announce this at some point? Like, I don't recall this becoming a thing, right? Okay, you would know too.
Right. I'm like, what did she mentioned no, right? I'm thinking of divorce. I don't think she ever told us anything about why she wasn't drinking. Maybe it's just like, is it a
lifestyle
choice?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe because she is.
We'll go with that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go with that. Maybe for postpartum.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. Okay. So it turns out Michael, this is just so grotesque. Michael still wanted to do like threesomes and stuff. And so clearly like he liked being with Ashley because she was like a little freak in the sheets.
Yes.
And this older man wanted her to keep being this freak in the sheets, like threesome girl. And she said straight up, I don't want that anymore. And he still wanted that. Ugh, it makes my skin crawl.
Like you gotta have some like major audacity. Michael Darby, you barely deserve like a one-some like by yourself in your room, let alone a threesome. So you've got big nerve coming at your beautiful wife, television star wife, saying you want a threesome with a random. I'm like, no, go get someone else. We all support that. Leave, give her all of the money and just go away.
Bye.
And
so it seems weird because she's like, we're buying a house together, and they're all confused. But then in her confessional, when she says that she's basically keeping it nice because she doesn't want him to like, the more it becomes real, she sees him getting more vengeful. I went, okay.
Yep.
Now I get it. Because remember how nasty he got when the whole thing with the grabbing ass came out and like the lawsuit and all that stuff. And he got at that reunion, he was disgusting to everybody.
Yep.
He like to Chris and everyone. He was the side of him that came out was so bullying, narcissistic, and awful. And she knows that side of him, and she knows to divorce that guy is going to be a whole different ball game. So she's scared. This is like the final phase of her plan. And she's like, this has to be like she has to pretend like she's like, what do you guys mean it's weird? She's like, I know it's weird, guys.
I kind of, now that you said, like, I kind of get it too, because I would imagine, like, had things shook out differently for like Tom and Erica on Beverly Hills, I can see him being like the nastiest person to divorce on the planet. So I get it. Sometimes these high-powered men that marry these women, especially like for the looks, and you're like, oh my God, I want someone younger, I want someone this and that. And when you try to leave them, like, to say that, like, oh my God, you have the audacity to say you don't want to be with me, like, they get very nasty. So I get it. So play your cards right. We won't hold it against you. If you have to buy a house in the LLC, whatever the hell that means, go for it and just get the biggest one you can, because he's paying for it. Okay.
You know what I'm going to say real quick it's a slight tangent, but not really. The difference with, like, Ashley has shown us the true relationship between her and Michael. Like, Erica lied to us for years about her relationship with Tom. And I'm still pissed about that, because I want to get those years back. You lied. Right. You made it seem like this guy was so great and so perfect, and we had to pretend like we didn't see what was really going on. Then suddenly you're getting a divorce, and suddenly he's a bad guy. And we're like, but we've been supposed to be getting to know the real you this whole time.
And we weren't. We never are.
At least Ashley has been totally, like, she has let us see it all. Which is
Ashley.
Crazy that she's let us see a lot.
Erica sucks.
Erica sucks. God damn it. I'm so mad at her. Okay, Karen, though, now she goes, I'm thinking we're doing a spring party, and she's trying to do it all. And this is where you just love the Giselle Karen friendship, because Giselle goes, is this one of your invitations? Because this is not a Karen invitation.
Right.
And I think it's like, I know that Giselle wasn't quite sure what Karen would do, but Karen gave her more than she bargained for, because Karen, at the end of the day, is such a good sport and is silly. And so is Giselle. Like, Giselle and Karen are like those goofy moms that'll do anything to kind of make their kids smile.
Yes. We love that.
Giselle is one of the best moms we've ever seen on Potomac, on a show, period.
Raise three of them, because we've seen some little fucking monsters be raised on Bravo. So, like, all three of her children being like the sweet girl, like, shady, but sweet, polite girls that they are. We love that. Like, and it just goes, like, it's a testament to her, like, being such a great mom.
I love when Giselle will be so silly. Like, when she was on vacation with her girls, she posted something of her, like, dancing, just being silly and cute. And she's just, so Karen sings her silly little stupid thing, and the way they all laugh and just think it's so funny. It's like
our 4 OGs. I don't want them to go anywhere.
Ever.
No, this is your core 4. Keep them no matter what. We love them.
God, it was like my face hurt from smiling. Like, they all started laughing, and they just, like, they've been through so much.
Right. Oh, we love that.
Love them. My God. Under the cherry blossom.
How pretty too, by the way.
It was gorgeous. I'm like full of joy right now. Like,
right.
Full of literal joy. God. All right, over to Chris and Candace about the freezing of the eggs.
Yeah.
And okay, so she's re-releasing her album Deep Space, and she's on a roll. She's opening for SWB and Faith Evans. And the issue right now, though, even though Candace is talking about a music schedule, which is probably all over the place,
right?
He's upset because Chris's schedule is inconsistent.
Weird argument.
Okay, when I had a follower say that she saw Chris at this. Then he's at View at Hotel Washington. Yeah. I had a follower say that she saw him there and he was trashed. Yeah.
Oh.
Let me just say something, though.
He's the GM, right?
GM at.
Oh.
Let me just say something. Being a GM at a venue like this is probably it's dark. I've been a GM and it is a horrible experience. It's always your fault. Every department answers to you. The owners are always in your ear, but you have to work a shift on the floor usually. So you're on your feet for probably 14 hours a day. If they book, let's say you have your normal schedule. Let's say your normal days off are Monday, Tuesday. If they decide they need to book a big event because it's a big buyout and they're having some huge thing, you've got to go in and you've got to monitor it because that's your job. It's your venue. You're not an owner though, but you kind of are. It's a trick. It's not a good job. He's probably getting paid decent money.
Right.
But not as much as you would think. Not enough. It's never enough.
I'm sorry, but it killed me when they showed that clip. I don't know what she was talking about, but I think she was talking about like his job and stuff like that. And then they just showed that one random clip of him like flipping an egg, and then that was it. And I was like, okay, Bravo. That was like fucked up. Okay, Bravo. Like, all right.
Like she's I was like, what is this a clip of?
Right. Okay.
He had a consistent job and and it was him. I'm like, that isn't a clip of his job.
Right. That one egg. Oh.
So she starts the fight there, but then like the producer in her confessional is like, so when is it that you think you want to have kids? And she's like, I don't even know. Some days I want it this day and other days I'm like, maybe never. I don't know. So she's not even being consistent.
Right.
But then she gets in the car. This is very much their relationship, though. So none of this is surprising. They've had a fucked up relationship from the second we met them. Like, this is very much their relationship. And so they get in the car and she starts complaining about his schedule. And so I felt like this was my life for so many years. Being a manager in the restaurant industry is really brutal. It's like you end up drinking so much more because you're just there all the time. And then, and you're tired. Not only do you have to deal with like your staff, but then you have to deal with guests sometimes. Like a guest is upset and like you're the top person. Like you're the person that's going and fix it. And on your day, you're never off because there's always something happening and it's always it's a lot. And so I was shocked that he wanted that job because he was a chef and like that is a very different position. Like what the fuck? Like,
and he had his own restaurant at one point too. You would think that, like he would try to like get back to that or something, like
this
or
is
maybe
a weird move.
It is, or try to like make because obviously he has followers because of his like cooking videos and stuff and his cleaning the cast. Like he does like these kind of videos. So I would think that like, okay, maybe he's gonna try to go that route where he can like do his own, like he was doing virtual courses during COVID. So like you would think it would translate to something else with cooking instead of general managing. It just seems like a weird move.
Weird move.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's too many hours. It's like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. They might have poached him for it. Maybe he was starting out as in the kitchen and then they were like, we actually need a GM. Because it's usually you don't go from back of house to front of house like this.
Right.
Because it is a whole different ball game. When you are guest facing, you want to kill people.
Right.
You know, when you could stay in the kitchen, it's much better because at least you don't have to worry about like being nice to people out there.
Right.
So
I couldn't imagine. I wonder, do you think his like notoriety from the show was what got him the job?
Why? I mean, yeah.
Because I wonder, like, if people are like, "Oh, Chris is at View. Let's go there, and you know, let's see what maybe Candace is there, or maybe Giselle stopped by since he's hitting on her." I don't know.
You know, it's possible, but like I said, the follower said that he was wasted when she saw him. Yeah, which. Honestly, no judgment. I've been the wasted GM on many occasions because you're like, I hate my fucking life. Like, you're not the boss, but you seem like the boss, and you're always in trouble. But so clearly, Candace is not going to get that because she's like, you can't say no. So he's like, if they book a fucking event for 500 people, I have to be there. And she's like, if you curse at me one more time. And then he goes, but you don't listen. She says, but I do. And he's like, oh, so you just don't care. And she's like, I care. You're just not consistent. I'm like okay.
What is this argument? Like, what
is bad.
What is happening?
Bad, you guys. This is exactly, they've always fought nasty though. The two of them, they fight real ugly. Ugh. So this is not a surprise.
No, not at all. I loved it. Like when they were in the doctor's office, they literally started arguing in there, and the woman was like, "Yeah, and you got to come in for your shots pretty regularly too." Like she like literally moved the conversation forward. She's like, "Okay, y'all are literally in the doctor's office arguing right now, so I'm just gonna get us back on track. Like I'm gonna bring us back down to earth because I don't know where y'all are right now."
Or she was like, maybe add this to the argument later too, because I can tell that this is not going well. So don't forget to add this into whatever you fight about in the car.
Right.
Which I think even Candace was like, I don't trust you. I don't trust that you'll do it. I'm like, Jesus, Candace. Sheesh. Lord, this guy, like, are you happy at all, Chris? Are you happy at all, Candace? Like, I don't even know if you guys like each other.
Who knows?
Right? I don't think they do.
No.
How do we feel about Charisse coming back? It kind of felt nice.
Okay, so I was very mixed. Like I was earlier on, I was like of the camp of like, okay, she should stick around as a friend. She was the nucleus of this group. She's the one that brought this entire friend group together.
These
like
hot,
she was.
Huh?
I was literally like, you see me constantly doing like this, so like the back of my neck and break.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. I didn't think this far through. We could take them off. These are hot. The fur things are hot.
Oh my God. I didn't say anything. I was just like, I was literally fine up here, but like the back right here, the back of the neck, I was like, oh dear God.
Dying. I'm like, this is too hot.
We'll start the episodes off.
We'll start with that, and then we'll move on.
Yes. Charisse. Yes, I was of the camp that's like, okay, I'd really like her being around as a friend of. I'm cool with that and like all this kind of stuff. I never had a problem with Charisse or Shasha in the earlier season. So I was like, she's good drama. Plus, I feel like, it'll evolve to what it needs to be. She's early on. They're all early in their reality TV careers. But the problem was all of them were just like so good on camera that it kind of stuck out the person that like didn't want to talk about her divorce and didn't want to. So it made sense, but it felt natural this episode, like her coming back in, because like obviously her and Robin have been friends for literally 20 years. So it's a very genuine friendship. She met Giselle through her. They've known each other so God only knows. I like Robin always like post pictures of them like way back in the day, like early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, something like that, from when they were friends and stuff. So it feels, and I like when those like actual like picture verified friendships we see on shows.
That's our true test.
Yes, because everyone's like, oh, we've known each other for 10 years. Then they show a party from like last summer, and you're like that's not,
okay. That doesn't pass the test.
Nope.
We need those. We need those vintage photos.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see you guys looking young. Yes, we need to see you guys looking real young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I love when they show those old photos of Robin and Juan and Robin and Charisse. I love those.
I love it all.
Yeah, it's so Charisse it was kind of like a nice return to the original feud of who's the real Grand Dame. I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. Because like, I prefer Charisse feuding with Karen versus Giselle.
Right. So I'm here for all of this. I want to say too, because I know for a lot of people, that comment that Robin made about that probably came out of complete left field for a lot of people. But me and like some other like Bravo accounts, like Stephanie from Mocha Man, like we've said this for I don't know how long. Like we've literally said this exact sentence. We were like, when you think about it, Charisse is the one that really like brought this group together for this show. Everyone knows each other through her. Charisse is the one that actually does all these charity events, and she was the basketball wife, and she was like a name around Potomac and Baltimore and stuff. So she was really like she was really kind of the Grand Dame before the Grand Dame was a thing. So it makes sense to me, but I know that like people probably, I know Robin immediately when she saw it on the episode, she was like, oh shit, here we go.
She's like, here we go. Oh, those were fighting words.
Yeah.
As soon as that came out of her mouth, I'm like, oh, there we go. There we go. Yep. And it's off. So Charisse gives us a little bit of like, she's got a little bit of a 2.5 lovers, and she's, just give us a little, not too much. It was nice. It was just a little catch up. Thank you. Then we get to the question of when are Robin and Juan getting married? And in her confessional, the producer goes, so, do you want to still get married? And Robin goes, oh, okay. Do I want to get, so the thing is, what was the question?
I would take that as a no.
What? But
Nope.
Robin wants a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
And she does not think things should be split 50-50. I respect this so much about Robin because she's like, no, even in my relationship with Juan before, I didn't think I should get half. She's like, and that was dope. I was like, okay, I love that. That's cool. Like, she's like, no, I didn't earn it. So I thought that whatever their split was, it wasn't 50-50. That was cool. But of course, Charisse is like, excuse me? I don't have. But if that was a great scene because it would have been a fight if it was a lesser, like maybe it was lesser friends, but because they're so close, they could have that conversation. And it was just like girls, giggling as opposed, it would have been like if it was Wendy and Robin.
But I think if it was like Drew and Sonya, like on Atlanta, like that would have carried on until the reunion. Like, dear Lord.
Exactly. So thankfully that didn't go too far. But in the trailer, we see Juan at one point saying to Robin, "Why are you bringing this up now?" And I have a weird feeling that this is storyline driven.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fucked up. But I mean, props because she knows she needs to give us a storyline. That's been the fan feedback for Robin, and the fact that she's like, fuck you, Juan, you did cheat on me and you did mess me up, and she's gonna be, we see in the trailer, she's gonna be asking if there's an infidelity clause to the lawyer, whoever puts it together. So I'm here for this.
I know. I'm here for it too.
Juan does need to step up.
How about that? I do get it, like whatever it needs to be. I'm here for it. Robin, secure your coins. You've got. Yeah. I want her to like what she talked about last season when she was like, okay, I've gotten offers from like Macy's and like all these. I want all of that to come to fruition. Like I want all of that to happen, so you can like really be like top notch. Like I want, well, I don't want to get like contentious if y'all get divorced, but like, I want it to be like, you got cachet around Baltimore, around Potomac. I would like you to get to that level where, the money isn't a thing, because we've seen them like try to play her about her finances for literally like season after season on this show. And she was so open and honest with us about what happened and like all these situations. So I would love for her to like for her to like get back to that place where it's like money is no object. And I'm sure they're like there now where it's like money isn't really a thing, but like if there was ever a day where they weren't on this show, because I'm always afraid about housewives leaving the show that don't secure enough other income. I'm always nervous about that, but I think that they're being really smart. The real estate and the the hats and like all that stuff. He's like a head coach at Turpin. What is it? Is it Turpin University?
I have no idea. Literally no idea.
I think so. They've got like good money. So if the show ever does, stop, which I hope not. I want my original 4 on there until the end.
Until the end. Forever.
I love that. Yeah.
There's no Potomac without them.
No.
I
couldn't imagine.
Robin is the comedic relief I need. I can never not have her on this show. I hate when people are like, Robin's boring. I'm like, you are missing out if you do not pay attention. She is comedy.
She has her stands. Like people like love her. People love the Green Eyed Bandits. But then there's like that little subsection online that's just always like hating about. They're the people that are always like, why is Giselle starting drama? I'm like, because we want to see it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? Of course you start drama. That's what she does. We love that.
They talk a little bit about the Ashley Michael divorce situation. And of course, Charisse is like, I don't buy it. She's just trying to get attention. I'm like, that's what you're here for. That would make sense that you would say that. That tracks.
And I love it because it reminds you that like a lot of these girls have gone so far back with Ashley and Michael that they've seen a lot of stuff and they've not talked about a lot of stuff on camera to where they're like, we don't believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. So
exactly. Well,
sure.
All right, over to Mia's house and her new teeth I can't. It's like I wish
You and teeth.
I can't. I wish I could unsee it, but it's like all I see in her confessional are her teeth. I'm like, got it. Thank you.
She looks different.
It's
besides
her
the teeth,
teeth.
though. Is it just her teeth? Because I when they showed
it's
her like
her teeth and she got something else done, right? It's something
around there,
the
yeah,
eye area. I can't figure it out.
Mm.
But everything about this whole opening of hers, her like re-intro is like very much fraudulent, right? It has that essence. And I'm sure everyone has already heard this, but I'll just touch on it briefly. We've all seen that her family has blocked and cut off G and her from the business that they built. So what do you know? I'm a little confused. So it's the joint,
I'm
right?
very confused. I assumed it was that because I thought that's where they got all of their money from. But I thought that was all like Gordon, and then
I thought it was just Gordon's business.
Same.
So how did they block them from the business?
See, she's an Erica. She's lying about some stuff. What are we talking about right now? I don't like learning stuff after the show's filmed. I don't like that.
And then it started going off in the comments where like one of the cousin or something, or I don't know, someone said something like, because she was like, this is devastating because now we don't have access to our money or whatever. And the cousin was like, you know what this is about. And then Mia's like, what is it about? You tell me. And it's like, oh, you don't want me to tell people what it is. And so this is all playing out on social media, but none of us really have an answer. So it's giving a whole lot of fraudulent. Again, we need that on every franchise. So, okay, here we are.
Right.
Right away, she's moved to Potomac, but they're renting, and she spent $65,000 on a rental.
Jesus,
that's so dumb,
so stupid.
Why would you do that?
And it's $10,000 a month too, so it's like now it's super crazy because where you getting money from to your season 2 increase was not, you didn't do nearly enough season 1 to get a bump and pay that big from Bravo. So, oh no,
that doesn't make any sense.
I need one of these accounts to do a deep dive so I can learn more about it because I don't have enough energy to.
I don't do deep dives.
Right.
So anytime I'm like, maybe I will start, I get bored. I'm like, I don't. Okay, someone else will do it. I got to read a whole article. I don't do that.
Like, no, not interested.
Yeah, I get bored. I'm just gonna go back to like looking at other people do deep dives. Because
you gotta go back to House of Dragon interviews.
I'm gonna go back to YouTube and look up Fabien Frankel interviews.
Yes,
that's all I need. So she talks about it. She's like, my relationship with my mom is up and down, but we're gonna make it work. I'm like, oh, that was weird. That was weird. But here's the weirdest part. Her mom asks, "Did you get the results back?" And she says, "For what?"
Child.
Huh?
That's what I'm sooner or later I'm gonna tap out, Mia. Okay.
I said, for what?
Right. For the thing.
For the thing that we think is cancer.
Right. Child.
And then she goes, they say it's and she puts it in air quotes, disease. Why did you put that in an air quote?
God, people in their air quotes, y'all got to learn how to use them. If you're going to be on TV, especially,
that's
you got to learn how to use them.
Not the thing you put them in air quotes. No, you need to be sure it's a disease or not. You don't put disease in air quotes.
The only thing I can think of is like, if y'all were waiting on another kind of test, like, does Gordon have possibly an illegitimate child out there somewhere? And y'all waiting on a paternity test?
How many tests? Oh,
Jesus.
The dog is loose.
Yes, she just came out of her cage and she is restless right now.
She's like, it's time.
Oh God.
It's because we're going over. She's like, it's time now. This is when you're usually done.
Oh boy. No baby.
Oh, she's so cute though. You guys have no idea. Okay.
That's why you should be watching the YouTube.
That's why it's the joy you can experience. I want her to pop up. I just want her to like sit on your lap.
Oh my God. She's gonna pop up at some point.
Okay, so lumps that appeared inside her body. And they're doing a biopsy to make sure it's not spreading. Okay. I don't like, the problem is don't make me question health stuff. I don't want to be that asshole.
Right. Oh my God. I don't like that. It feels so gross to me to like stop, baby. It feels so gross to me to like Jesus Christ. It feels so gross to like have someone questioning what. Okay, let me tell you what it is actually. Since for y'all that are watching YouTube, my dog is like going insane right now. It's because she doesn't know what this black thing is over here. She thinks it's another animal.
Oh, she
it's the fur that we
fur.
She doesn't know what is happening right now. She's like, what is going on? Your nails are way too sharp for this. Come down. Hey. Calm down. Your nails are like Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh my God.
What are we talking about?
One of our dogs has the sharpest nails right now. It got
Good
me
God.
so bad on my shoulder today.
I know. I got to take her somewhere to get this handled.
So bad. I think I actually need to like put something on it.
I know.
Because it might actually be infected.
Right.
Okay. Karen and Ray walking up, and Karen goes, "Oh, honey, my zipper's down." She does it so like regal. She's like, "Oh, wasn't that great? Wasn't that fabulous? Wasn't that wonderful? Didn't I do that right?" And he's like, "Okay."
Right. Like, all right, let's go.
I'm like kind of still mad at Ray for what he said to Giselle last season, being like, "You need to meet someone now before you're old and ugly." I'm like, okay, Ray, I actually need you to publicly apologize for that to all women.
Right.
Karen got her titties lifted, Tiff and Fee, but she took fat from somewhere else and used it to perk them up. And I would like more information on that.
I'm about to say, because I didn't know that was a thing.
Where'd you get the fat from? Okay.
Y'all are just transferring fat from anywhere and just putting it anywhere, apparently. Okay.
You can take it from my hips and like love handle area and put it up in here. And I like that. Ray pretends like he doesn't like the procedures. He's like, I don't like all that stuff. I'm like, sure. Men say that, but then watch what happens when you just don't do anything.
Right.
Like let's show what Karen would have looked like if she did nothing.
Right. He won't like that. So let's not even pretend, right? Just stop it. He's trying to win, like he knows that like he's the good husband on the show. So he's trying to like say all of the right things. And it's like, Ray, get out of here.
Ray, we know better.
The bar's in hell. Jamal Bryant was on this show last season. Like, right? we're not impressed, Ray. Get out of here.
Right. Okay, Karen and Mia, they sneak off, and she does her best to help Mia out here. She goes, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" Because, I jumped to the worst case scenario because I saw Johns Hopkins Cancer Center.
Reasonable assumption.
But what the fuck does Mia say here? She goes, "Well, I talked to my friend and she said, you want to be honest on your highlight reel." And that's what Instagram is, your highlight reel. What? All right. So, all right. Got it.
I don't get Mia. I just don't get Mia.
Sorry.
Good housewife. She lies a lot. Like, we expect that, but I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Here's what's easy about this, though. We are not going to be able to root for you because you are not. This is like, that answer is so scammy. What do you mean honest on your highlight reel? No, there are highlight reels. You can put highlights in your What are you talking about?
No one knows.
That didn't help, Mia.
No one knows.
That didn't help anybody. Okay. Here's another weird one. Wendy meeting Peter at bar 1.
Random is I don't know what, right?
What the? Okay, first of all, he orders a double shot of Casamigos Reposado. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I want to vomit.
He's starting. Goodness.
But so apparently Wendy was like, she's been talking about how she wants to open a Nigerian lounge. I'm like, no. People need to stop thinking that opening restaurants is an easy, good, fun idea.
Right. People think they can. First of all, everyone thinks they can cook, and you might be able to cook for your family. Yes! But let me tell you, you are not chef worthy. I'm just going to tell you that right now. There may be 1% of you that might be able to, but the other of you, if you just listen, leave it alone. Because one, you're going to try to hire your family members and they don't have nearly the customer service skills that you need to work in that restaurant. That's number one. Number two, your food ain't that damn good, just so we know, because you don't season it that well. Number three, what are we doing right now? You are not it's going to take so long to be profitable from this endeavor. Like, you thinking that you're going to oh my God, I finally opened it. I'll start making money next month. It's like, no. No, it's not how it works. No, no restaurant does. Not even the best restaurants. No, sorry.
But okay, so she says that Peter is the one who approached her with it. And I'm like, why? I don't know if I buy that.
Your weird library baby child lounge. No, nobody asked for that, Wendy.
Because of course, Wendy in her confessional, this is my problem with Wendy. She doesn't have enough fun.
Right.
In her confessional, she goes, I am very busy. First of all, what is this what her outfit in her confessional is bizarre. It looks like she took tape and like put it like over and under her tits. It's very odd.
It's that style now that like a lot of these
is this
like
a thing?
designer, it's a thing, like where they have like the thing that comes like right there to like push them up a little bit. It's a whole thing now. It's like a style, but like Wendy, literally, I get it. You bought the breasts, you want to show them off, but she, since she's gotten them done, has not worn an outfit that is not like centered them like it's like, good Lord, it's like we're peeking into your soul because we see your breast every time you're on camera now.
Yeah. Because honestly, she's not the first one to get a boob job. We've seen so many boob jobs on these shows.
She's the last, I think.
Yeah. So it's like, not everybody it's just a lot. And so she gives a very serious rundown about her very busy schedule. And it's like, this is so serious.
Busy businesswoman.
Busy. She's so busy and teaching and engagements and a blah, 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 blah. And so, and then she says, but for the record, Peter approached me for this. And I said, I don't understand that. What does he need your $300,000 for? He could get get that money. What does he even need your name for? He's Peter. He doesn't need your name.
Right.
I just don't buy that at all. And then she, like you said, she goes, I'm thinking we could open it as a library from 2 to 4 for kids.
What? What? A lot.
Why?
What bar do you think of any bar you go to, even like once, like a year? What bar are you going to where they're like, you know what, this is a happening night spot. Adult, we have 2 for 1 drinks on Thursday, but you know the kids come through from 2 to 4, and you know they gotta do their naps here because the kindergarten lounge is what?
I can't.
When we get it,
you want to open the library? Just go do that.
Right. That would be an endeavor that really suits you, honestly. Like the person with 4 degrees, I'm starting a library. Okay, that makes sense. That tracks. I'm with you there. Okay. That's good.
No. What? No. No.
Not Miss Pull Up in Sri Lanka. I don't know about that. I don't know about a nightlife for you, Wendy.
And so Peter breaks it down because he knows this like the back of his hand. He's like, you're going to get 20% ownership. It's 1.5 million to open. You'll buy him for 300,000. It's going to be no return for 18 to 22 months. You'll get 25. It's a 25% net, which is a razor thin profit margin, by the way. And you'll get 20% of that.
Goodness.
This is why I don't understand why people want to go in on restaurants. It's not an easy profitable place.
Can we do some math really quickly?
Yeah, let's do it.
So her share is 300,000, right?
Yeah.
And
what did he say it would turn into? He said it would be 8 million.
Oh, did he over a year?
After 18 to 22 months.
Okay, so let's assume they survived that 18 to 21, 24 months, so up to 2 years. Let's assume they survived that. So that's 8 million. He's saying that she gets 20% of that, right? Oh no, what do they share? The 20% of that?
They get, so the net on that would be 25%.
Okay.
So take 25, so 0.25
so
of
2
that.
million.
So then 20% of that. $400,000.
Of $8 million, you get 400,000.
Is that right? That can't be right.
That's what it looks like. He said so I'm guessing that other 6 That other 6 million, I guess, goes back into the restaurant, maybe salaries, food, all that kind of stuff.
That's the thing. The overhead on
Goodness.
restaurants is so, because not only do you have salaries and staff and all that, but like shit happens. Like you have to,
Right.
like so many things go wrong in a restaurant.
And you have to stay up the code all year long.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
And
Goodness.
to be fair, though, liquor, the profit margin on liquor is so high. So, like, if you are a bar and you do bottle service, oh God, making money.
Sheesh,
Money.
capiche.
So maybe he meant that 8 million was the profit. Maybe that is all. So maybe she will get 20% of 8 million. Maybe that's what he meant. I just don't think that's what he meant.
I don't think that's what he meant either.
That's because he's not that rich.
No.
Peter Thomas is not that rich.
No. Even on being on the other end of that. So no. So what would he have? Let me see. So of the 2 million, he would have gotten what, 80% of that?
Yeah.
So 1.6.
Well, I'm sure he's going to have investors. He's going to, he probably doesn't, he raises capital all the time. He schmoozes and oh my God, Peter creeps me out. But he's going to be supposedly dating Giselle.
Oh dear Lord. Oh, that is a messy couple. I kind of love that.
I do too. Actually, I do too. Actually, they kind of work. Like they kind of.
From the guys that she's like, from Jamal to like Sherman, and like he kind of seems like her type in a way too. So
yeah, I'm not mad at it.
She says she's never she did that interview where she's like, I have never been with Peter Thomas. We're not dated. There was a rumor. Even like Cynthia, she's like, me and Cynthia talked on the phone. She said that if you want to go for it, go for it. But she's like, no, I don't want Peter.
Good.
So that she categorically denied it. But I know.
Oh, that makes me because she's not Sheree.
Right. Oh God.
Who looks so dumb with Martell.
Who has been filming on the show with Martell.
She looks so dumb. Like in those pictures with her, like, oh, look, we're filming. I'm like, nope. Sheree, you look real stupid. You look real dumb.
God. And Martell just got on a fight on his reality show, by the way.
I saw the clips. He is such a mess. Oh God. But Sheree's like, I like him.
Right.
So stupid.
Of course she does.
Uncle Lump's house. I felt so much love when they walked into Uncle Lump's house. I was like, I want to go to Uncle Lump's house right now. I want to go. They were so sweet to the kids. I wanted to go over there so bad and eat Mexican food with them.
You can tell that's the side of the family that they love. Like the kids love. We all, as kids, we all have that side of the family. We're just like, oh, I love y'all.
We're going to Uncle Lump's house.
Yes. Grandma Sheila, she's ready to make food and all. Yeah, that's the side. I can't imagine.
Grandma Sheila is everything, I bet.
I can't imagine Michael's side of the family's fun. They're probably not around either, but like even his kids, I can't imagine them being fun people. So
even just looking at Michael, I'm like, oh.
Exactly.
Like as a little baby, you're like,
right.
Is that my dad?
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Which y'all have to look forward to, kids. So but hopefully you get Ashley's looks. We're just gonna pray that y'all do. Get Ashley's looks. There you go.
Right? Jesus.
Goodness.
She's talking about how she's worried about being a single mom. And the prenup is no longer valid because they've been married for over 5 years. And Uncle Lump asking all the right questions. He's like, so have you hired a lawyer? And at first, every one of us was like, Ashley, what are you doing?
Right.
Because she's like, no, Michael's going to write up a proposal. And we're buying a house in an LLC that's on both of our names.
Child.
And Uncle Lump is not having it.
Oh,
shameless.
Thank God for Lump.
He goes, are you getting a divorce? Are you creating another business?
Right.
He's not having it. And she goes, look, this is new. I don't have all the answers. And he goes, okay, you're not about to let that man decide the way this goes.
Right.
That's why you need a lawyer.
Common sense.
But then I realized when I put it together, I'm like, oh my God, imagine she lawyered up. He'd be like, oh, you want to fucking lawyer up? Got it. He is going to be the biggest asshole to her.
Did you watch on Watch What Happens Live? when she was
Oh,
on
I
Sunday
missed
with
her. Watch What
Heavenly.
Happens Live. No, what did I miss? Tell me.
So she said, it was kind of a quick comment, but she said, I think he kind of asked her what's the status of the divorce and all kind of stuff. She was like, well, I'm about 6 months into my year long. You know, she has to be, according to her, Virginia, you got to be separated for a year. And so she's like, well, I'm about 6 months into that. And I've learned, what she said, I've learned that my prenup had some caveats. And that's all she said. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, are we about to get a really contentious like divorce or what's happening? Like, what does that mean?
Yep, we are.
Oof.
Yep, we are.
I think she said hidden language is what she called it. So, oh boy.
I knew it.
I mean, everybody, she's gonna be okay because she has 2 kids with the man. So regardless of anything, she can put his ass on child support. But also, this is why I love Ebony K. Williams' podcast so much. She just talked about this kind of thing last week where she was like, it's, what is it called? Palimony and like all that kind of stuff. And so she talked about Neo, Neo, the singer, and Criston. They are getting a divorce. And his team, she was like, I don't know if it'll work, but she was like, it's actually kind of genius that they're approaching it this way. She said that, Crystal's obviously seeking money and, alimony and all this kind of stuff. And his team is like kind of came back and said, well, no, we've put you in a position now where you have almost 1 million Instagram followers. You make money from Instagram. You do this and you do that. So you've been put in a position where you can actually make tons of money on your own to where you don't need to be supported by him. And she said that there are certain states where I think it's like at fault versus no fault divorces. And I forgot where, I think their legal state is Georgia. I don't know which one it falls in, but like for them, it would be to where if she, you can't just like not, be able to like, so like if I was a lawyer and I just decided to like just mow grass for a living, like in my neighborhood, I couldn't do that and say like, hey, you pay me $1 million a year and I'll be okay. No, I have a degree. I have an actual like vocation. I can get out here and I can like represent people in court and make money. I can do all of this and make my own money. So I can't just expect the court to give me that piece of money just because of that. And so it seems like this was going to be, at least, I don't know if they're in a state where it happens, but like Michael could be like, you know what? She's on this reality show. She makes a killing on this show. She does public appearances. She has the Instagram where she can post stuff. I don't see why she needs much of my money. Okay, I'll help take care of the kids, but other than that,
I'm gonna powder my nose on that one.
So I don't know.
That makes sense, actually, because I've wondered that for quite some time. Where when if you're ending the relationship in a different financial place, do you still get that same payout?
Right.
And so. Okay.
It's a lot of stuff depends on states and all kind of stuff.
I always wondered about their prenup because,
Me too.
Because it just seemed too easy. I'm like, it's just void.
He
wouldn't let that happen. It just didn't seem like something Michael would let fly.
No.
Right.
Especially like, cause I wish I knew about their state, because if it's crazy that like they could live in a state where he could cheat and stuff all he wanted to be at fault at this divorce and it not come into effect in their divorce at all.
Shit.
Like that's baffling.
Like,
do all of this and be like literally at fault for breaking our marriage and it not matter at all in the court of law.
Shit.
It's crazy. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to report back next week when we talk.
Good.
We need
homework assignment.
Homework, everyone. We got it. We got
you. Giselle's house is coming together.
I love the entrance.
It looks great. It looked fresh and light and bright. It didn't look all crazy like it did before. You got the memo.
Yep.
The twins come in. Oh, they look so good. They look
Angel
great.
in the door.
They look so good. Giselle talks about the tacos and tequila invitation. That thing is hilarious.
Hilarious. The best thing about this is I love how scared Karen has them to open these boxes that she sent to them, because in the past it's been like moths and butterflies and shit. They're like, everyone when they're opening, they're like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And they're like, oh, tacos. Okay. Like, that's a change.
I love Robin takes a bite. Karen's like, spit it out.
I love that they were just hanging out too while that scene happened. So
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that too. I agree.
Mm.
And then I love Giselle goes, I need help because I don't know what spring chic attire is.
Yep.
That is so perfect.
Yes.
That's so Karen. Okay, bring your spring chic attire. What the fuck does that mean, Karen?
Right. I love she asked Robin. Robin's like, it's whatever the fuck you have in your closet. Okay.
And see, that is why Robin is the comedy relief we need.
Yes. Agreed. I love
Giselle showing the girls her outfits, and the first two, they're like, I thought we went over your wardrobe.
Like, I thought we upgraded. What happened?
I thought we did this, but then they show the jumper, which is adorable. They're like, oh, good, we picked that out for you. I'm like, good. Right. Listen to your daughters.
Yes. Love it. Looked great on her too.
It did. That was like, okay, good. Okay. Thank God the girls are there.
Boy.
It was so, oh my God, when Giselle was talking about how she's like, Grace is 17, the twins are almost 16, and soon they'll be out, and she starts to choke up. She goes, that's it. I'm done.
Yep.
Oh, because when Giselle cries, I cry because she never cries. And so
right.
Because like when she cried last season at the reunion about, she's like, you know, Karen, we were in a war and she still was good to my kid. She's like, no, I'm gonna cry. And I was like, I'm gonna cry. Like, when Giselle cries about her kids, it kills me.
I know. Such a good mom. Oh,
such a good mom. God. And they love her so much too, even though they troll her. But that's why that's how you know they love her.
She's the one that raised, I don't want to say it out, but but she's the one that raised them.
Savage mouths. Savage mouths.
Love that.
All right, Karen's event. These were the names of the event.
Jesus. Nini's gays and
celebrate. It was too bad. Of course, the editors put it on the screen. The celebration of life taco party event.
Jesus.
And spring fling kickoff.
Goodness.
Amazing. When they have to close the windows that this staff had to put back up were crazy.
They were doing it for a while too.
Well, you could tell when they take them down, there's no putting them back up, like when people are there. So when she's like, put those windows back, they're like, oh fuck.
Right. And of course the cameramen are like filming the entire thing too, because they're getting just as much of a kick out of it as we are.
That is not like a conducive outdoor party space. Like whoever did that, like need to like invest in some sliding windows because that looked dangerous. I was just waiting for that thing to like, they could drop it. It was going to break. I was like, this is not gonna, I was worried.
It was like, it's literally like the perfect weather, because when you think about like spring, you're always like, oh my God, we're gonna have so much fun today. And then it just starts storming outside. You're like, God damn it. Okay. So it raining on her spring fling party makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense. Because spring is when it does that.
Exactly.
I could not, I was very invested in the windows. Like I was like, I do need to see how they get those. Are they okay?
Right.
I was concerned. I was like, it took like 3 guys. I'm like, they might need more. They need to, I'm worried. It's so nice to have Karen and Giselle talking about like their kid. It's like a relief. I'm like, thank God. I'm so glad this war is over. We've only known them in a war.
Right.
Right now it's
early seasons they would like go back and forth, like it was friendlier, but then it just got like when Monique was on the show, it just got like downright nasty. Ugly. But I'm glad they're back to being like fun frenemies. That's what we love.
Yes. And so Karen talks about Raven, and then Giselle talks about the girls, and then they kiki about Ashley, and Giselle's like, she's lying. She is just lying. Yeah. Karen thinks it's just kind of brilliant that Karen gives this theory. She's like, I think this is a way of her getting out of the city because Michael doesn't want to leave that concrete box. She wants to get out. And when they show the apartment, the condo or whatever with like all
Mhm.
it looks horrible. Like I'm like claustrophobic.
It's not like it was fine if it's just those two, but you've got 2 kids now, dude. Like, what are
Michael's
you
an
doing?
asshole. Fucking
Ugh,
dick. Oh my God.
the worst.
Like he did
Ugh.
not want kids. He just wanted hot Ashley to be his little like threesome orgy buddy.
Mm-hmm. What's his net worth right now? Sorry, just doing a little
Google
light
it.
Googling while we're
Google it. Mm-hmm.
They say he has a net worth of 20 million.
Shut the hell up.
That's what they say.
Shut up.
Yep, I'm looking at a couple of sites. Yeah, about 20 million is what everyone's saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's
I
why
want her to get 10 of that.
wow. Wow. What a dick.
Dick.
What a dick. Well, she arrives in a bikini top. Fine. Whatever. Get it.
Right.
Fine.
Hot girl summer, hot girl spring.
And no one shames her for it. These are not the old days. These are the new days. Like no one's getting mad at Ashley for anything. They're like, okay, mama, get it, whatever.
Yes.
Like remember the early years? Like they used to be like Ashley. Oh my God. Now they're like, that's Ashley.
The
like
etiquette. Yes.
We've come so far. We've evolved.
I love it.
She's found a house in Arlington. It is in the LLC with Michael. And she's like, and then we get I said I was separating, and they're like, you said divorce. And then the editors like slice, they put in like this kind of cool, like it's like kind of transparent where it's like, you said divorce. Yes, divorce. Oh, whatever. But Giselle straight up said, she's like, you're lying to me.
Right.
And then Ashley had the nerve to say to us that she had a coochie craving for Michael.
Oh.
And doesn't that just sound like an STD or something? Like when you put it in that sentence with Michael, I'm like, ow, did that hurt? Like it made me feel like that hurt her. Like it didn't sound like a good thing. It sounded like that itched or something.
Right. No. Ugh.
And
who wants that?
Karen gave us a good confessional moment. She's like, no, Ashley, just get a bag of chips and some popcorn. Snack on that.
And then told her get a dildo. Oh, hello.
Yeah, yes. Hi.
Work it out. Like, no.
I'm sorry. You can resist Michael.
Hello.
Easily. Okay. It's not like you're with Fabien Frankel or anything.
Hello. Then we get it. Like, okay.
Then we get okay.
Makes sense. All right.
Listen.
Hello.
Okay. This is a Fabien Frankel stan podcast.
Who on this cast would you have a coochie craving for?
On Potomac?
If you were divorcing them. Yeah. If you were divorcing them, who would you have a coochie craving for? And you might actually give into it.
You mean of the men or of the women?
Oh, either.
Ashley, duh. Of the men, Juan.
Correct.
Duh.
Answer. Correct answer.
I can't believe I was like, who? Duh. Why did I even?
Of course.
Why did I even think about that?
Correct. Duh. I agree with both of those answers. Yes.
Duh.
Yep.
Okay. Chris and Candace arrive with an energy like whoa,
right.
They must have been fighting in that car.
I felt it.
Oh, shit.
He made his way to the bar immediately and like set up shop.
Yeah. He walked in and he was like, yeah, hi. Okay, fuck off. And went to the bar. He's like, yeah, here she is. Fuck, I'm not gonna talk to her ever again.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So Ashley like goes over there to let the other three talk, and they talk about the Ashley divorce, obviously. But I love that Candace says what we all said. She's like, I am so happy to get to know Ashley without that nasty ass Michael, because that's what we all felt when we heard about the divorce. We were like, thank God.
Yes. They asked her about that on Watch What Happens Live too. He was like, how did you feel that like so many people were happy that you were getting a divorce? And she's like, I guess I felt great. Like you guys were, wanting better for me. So like that's good. I'm like, yes, that's all we've ever wanted from you since season 1 was for you to get rid of this man. Like
None of us understood.
No, no one.
All of us were like, are we going to have a better explanation at some point? Is this ever going to make sense besides the money? No. Okay.
Isn't it it does not feel like 8 years to me that they've been married.
Not at all.
This is season 7 of this show.
Right?
That is crazy.
Right? This is season 7. Like, we're old now.
Right. We're in the trenches with Potomac now.
Wow.
Goodness.
Wow, that's crazy. This is season 7. I was so young when this started.
Right.
Where did my youth go?
Goodness.
All right. Wendy and Eddie arrive. At some point, Ascale came in and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Right. She looked great, too.
She looks fabulous all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Hair's always on point. Outfit's always on point. She's always glamour.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Ashley's like, I'm not drinking. And again, I'm like, are we going to explain this at some point? Because I don't understand. I wonder if it's happening. I wonder if she's trying to be. I wonder if it's just that she's trying to be careful with her language on camera.
So he can't go back to it anymore.
I wonder. I don't know. I wonder if she's like, I just need to watch myself. I don't know. We just don't have an answer.
Right. Now I hope they address that at the reunion. I love that Candace is so funny to me because on social media, I forgot what argument was that, but they've been like arguing on social media already because I think Mia posted that super gross like video between
what happened? I missed it. What did Mia post?
She posted a video of like, this girl, Jacqueline, that's like the new friend on the show.
Yeah.
That was like apparently Mia's best friend in the world. But like she posted a video of like her and her husband like fighting. So like Jacqueline's like throwing stuff at him. Like she said something about cheating in the beginning of the video, like in the background. So like we assumed that like he had cheated on her and like she was reacting to that. So she's like throwing stuff in it. But like Mia puts up a message about like domestic violence is never okay and like like all this kind of stuff. So like all of the girls came to like Jacqueline's defense. So like Mia, shut up. And like they're like, Wendy was like, first of all, you have no room to talk about violence when you've thrown drinks at me and like done all this stuff. And like Mia's like, yeah, you're right. I regret it and all this kind of stuff. And Candace like, you know what? Let's just skip to the reunion. She's like, we'll tell you guys about the season. Let's just go to the reunion. Let's shoot this right now because we got some shit to talk about. And I'm like, oof.
Mia is a mess on social media.
Yes.
She can't ever do anything right.
Boy, oh boy. Candace is officially like,
okay, so that's what I had missed that. And I, just got too busy to go back to it. So thank you for explaining what happened.
Yes.
Dumbass. You're so wrong.
God.
Wendy walks up to Giselle. Giselle, no hugs. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Nope. Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Whose side did you come down on this?
Giselle's.
Same.
Sorry, I did.
Like, are you kidding me?
I did because stand in it, Wendy. Stand in the fact that you hate Giselle.
Right. And she was
That's
like,
okay.
Happy about it. She's like, oh my God, Giselle's over there. Let me go talk to her. It's like, what?
What?
We're not friends. What do you mean?
I would respect it more. I wouldn't respect it. I would expect it. I would expect her to be like, fuck, that's Giselle. I'm not talking to her.
Right. But or like the courtesy, like, hello, how you doing? And walk off, but like the hugs and stuff. No, I'm not doing that.
No, especially not after she did look Grace up and down. When I was upset about that too. And then she was like, no, I didn't. You're a liar. I'm like, but you did. It made me very mad.
See, okay.
So I was Team Giselle.
Yes.
She was just, no, don't touch me. Bye-bye. Like, so ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But then Mia arrives and Giselle walks right up and goes, this is what no cancer looks like. I mean, it's kind of iconic.
It is. I'm just like, oh boy. I get so nervous. I'm like, I can't laugh at this, but I'm laughing at this.
Yeah.
Like it's horrible.
Yeah. Like there was so many other ways for you to say that, Giselle.
Jesus.
There were a billion other ways for you to say that. It's like
literally.
First it was, first you should have been, are you okay?
Right.
But
hello.
You came in as if she was a part of the conversation prior. Is this what cancer, no cancer looks like? And she's like, I wasn't a part of that joke. I don't know what that
Right.
is. So what?
Like, huh?
And then she's
Jesus.
like, Karen, did you talk to her about the whole thing? Like, did you, and then she points out that how you were, the way you edited the original, it just seemed like, look at me, look at me.
Oof.
And Mia says that she used her platform for a purpose. And the purpose is, I was broken. They said, it looks like you have lymphoma. It's been like hell. So for you to say that I was doing it for attention, fuck you.
And scene.
To be continued.
I can't. I don't know what. I don't know. Can I do a quick shout out real quick?
Of course.
The girl that was a woman that Giselle was talking to when Wendy came up to her to like do the fake hug, that was Carly, who is their Carly Mensa. That's their director of operations at Reasonably Shady. She was on my podcast and we had a great conversation about Martell and Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I always on shout. I messaged her and me. I'm like, oh my God, you were all throughout this episode. She's like, oh my God, I haven't even watched it. I'm like, well, go watch it. You're like a star now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So shout out Carly.
Carly. Hey, Carly.
Hey, boo.
Yeah, no, this so it's heating up. It's gonna be good. Yes. We have Charisse Karen. We have but now Mia Giselle, but I feel like that's gonna fade out kind of quickly.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, that seems like it's gonna Mia doesn't want that smoke.
No.
Not for that long. Not over this.
Mm-mm.
But the bigger one is gonna be Chris, Giselle, Candace.
Yep. We get Mia Wendy at some point.
Yeah, we get Mia
Boy.
Wendy. Now, where do we think we land on the Giselle, Chris? I don't know if I buy that he was really like truly hitting on Giselle. I do buy that he was drunk and being like weird because like, because Chris is weird when he drinks. Like he can get like kind of like, and he clearly is drinking too much and miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And Candace isn't helping. So like I can see it being a weird thing and Giselle's the wrong one to do that with. Right.
It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky because his energy a lot of the times too is really friendly towards everybody on the show, despite the drama, except Michael. But despite the drama that's going on, he feel like he always has good energy towards everybody.
Yeah.
So like, I'm anxious to get into this, and I think it starts next episode because the clip that they showed, they just released like a little 2-minute, 2.5 minute clip of the coming episode, and so it was it was the Green Eyed Bandits at lunch, and I think Robin was telling her about Ashley telling her about the weird message that apparently Chris sent her, and Robin kind of came to his defense. He was like, I don't think that it was weird. It's just like, he's over that restaurant. He's like, come here if you're not enjoying there. Like I'm here, so she was picking up for him. Giselle was on the completely opposite end. She's like, no, that's weird. Don't go at him. So like, I'm thinking we're gonna learn more about it in this upcoming episode.
Okay, so it's starting off quick.
Mm-hmm.
Giselle will do that though. That's
time.
her job. That's like I posted I used that clip from Mariah Carey when she goes, it's only a matter of time. That's how she is. Like it's just Candace aligned with Giselle for a little bit, but it's only a matter of time. That's how it works. She's gonna find any. And Chris was already messing. He was bordering on drinking problem last season. And Giselle kind of sort of started to point it out a little bit anyway. So it was brewing. And now that he looks so miserable. So it's not hard. It's coming. It's coming. All right. This was a very long recording, Kendrick. Thank you.
Oh my God, we're right at 2 hours. Oh,
2 hours. I'm so sorry.
I got up the U and Pia levels. I'm happy about that.
I'm
Look
sorry.
at
me. We won't go that deep into House of the Dragons. We just hadn't talked about it yet. So next week it'll just be about that episode.
Right. And plus we've only got 2 left. So let us indulge and
we hadn't talked once about it. This was our first time talking about it. And there's just a lot to cover. And in case you don't know, we love Fabien Frankel.
Yes, we do.
We love him.
Yes, we do.
We love him. Okay, you know what to do, Kendrick.
Hi, everybody. You can find me on all available podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google, all of the places, Reality and Comics too. Be sure to leave both me and Emily a 5-star rating and review. We love those. We certainly love those. Follow me on Instagram at Reality Comics 2. That's TOO. Come for the memes, stay for the ridiculous rants and the stories. Mwah.
Mwah. All right, guys. Love you. Mean it. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.